Hi, I'm George Black, one half of the Black Real Estate team with my bride Karen. We serve our friends and clients here in Silicon Valley and are part of 2 nationwide referral networks, so we can help you with all your real estate needs around the country. This time we're going to discuss liquidated damages. Liquidated damages are a contractually agreed upon amount the buyer will owe the seller in the event the buyer breaches the contract. For example, if a deposit of $50,000 is placed in escrow and the liquidated damages provision is initialed by both buyer and seller, and then the buyer breaches the contract, the seller would be entitled to the $50,000 as liquidated damages. It doesn't matter whether the seller has incurred an actual loss that is more or less than $50,000. The purpose of the provision is to set the amount of damages in advance so that the proof of actual loss is not necessary. Actual damages are the actual loss suffered by the non-breaching party, often specific amounts from receipts and invoices. Liquidated damages are the contractually agreed upon estimate of actual damages. Generally, a liquidated damages provision doesn't automatically entitle the seller to the buyer's deposit if a transaction doesn't close. It only determines the amount of money a seller can recover from a buyer, and then only if the seller can prove the buyer breached the contract. To recover liquidated damages, the seller generally must prove in court or arbitration that the buyer's failure to close the transaction was an actual breach. Generally, the law does not permit contracts to impose penalties or forfeitures, including a non-refundable deposit for breach absent gross negligence or fraudulent breach. In general, judges are reluctant to enforce penalty or forfeiture provisions where they are inconsistent with the likely actual damages incurred. If a buyer makes more than one deposit pursuant to a purchase contract, a liquidated damages clause won't necessarily entitle a seller to the buyer's combined deposits if the buyer defaults. In addition, if the total of all such deposits exceeds 3% of the purchase price, the seller could be limited to 3% even if more is deposited. If you have any further questions about liquidated damages, please reach out. We hope this is helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with someone who may need it. If you have any questions, please let us know via email or text, and we will try to answer them in a future video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.